Hi, I'm John Griebel. I'm the Business and Product Development Director here at Ward Apparatus. I'd like to introduce you to our most recent completions, 3 units for the Iona Fire Protection District in Fort Myers, Florida. I do want to take a few moments to talk about the Super Squad. The Super Squad is meant to be a small, highly maneuverable truck with a body no wider than a chassis cab. So I'm going to start at the body and give you a few of the features that make it different from everyone else that builds this type of truck. First of all, we use heavy-duty extrusions in the corners, the roof, and the bottom of the truck. We also use 3/16 material in all floor areas for strength and durability. The walls of our truck are made of 1/8 of aluminum, and really all they do is separate the inside from the outside and give the ability for customization as far as depth and width. So starting with compartment number 1, and keep in mind, Iona Fire Department really worked extremely hard with us to come up with a vehicle that meets their needs almost perfectly. So the first compartment is their officers and drivers compartments, officer being on the other side. They've got the driver's air pack. All the gear will be hanging from hooks. They've got an EMS bag that'll be on the bottom, as well as their helmet and other related transport materials. There's an access panel in the back that takes you to the back side of our electrical compartment. And above, we have a 12-volt tap that they can add future chargeable batteries or other 12-volt accessories. We've also provided a wire at the base of the compartment that allow them to install their own fire flashlights and other fire materials. In addition, all the 110-volt outlets run through a Blue C circuit breaker panel, and that's highly expandable for future operations in the fire department also. So we'll close the door, and let's go to compartment number 2. Once again, describing this so everyone understands, there's a lot that they're adding to this truck once the truck gets to the fire department location. So they specified extremely deep compartments for canvas type bags to allow storage of miscellaneous equipment that can be easily obtained and taken out of the vehicle. At the top of the compartment is one of the 120-volt outlets, as well as a 12-volt tap for future electrical items to be added to the truck at their scene. As you notice, all the compartments are LED lit, very bright, and the surfaces of all the walls are a very durable acrylic polyurethane that's very resistant to scratches and other chemical abrasions that might happen. Compartment number 3. Once again, expandable, pretty empty right now. They've got some specialized small equipment that will be going here. This truck, in their eyes and how they described it to us earlier today, is a medical urban interface truck. A lot of it is dedicated to paramedic type situations, but it's highly expandable, and they will add more type fire gear for other possibilities as these trucks travel around Iona McGregor.
So here, you have that perfect balance of speed, power, even height from the ground. We've had a lot of flood type situations, and what we gain in compartment space and ability to have our tools and have our equipment, this is absolutely the perfect balance. The customization here is amazing. Just to be able to do things like add a couple more degrees to how wide a door opens and add an inch here, take an inch there, in a way that just facilitates, how quickly you're able to grab a tool or grab your gear is pretty amazing.
The rear of the truck took a little bit of time. If you notice, it's a narrow compartment because the emphasis was on the depth of the side compartments, but this is specialized equipment. They have hooks, they've got a specialized small 7-foot ladder, they've got irons, backboards, and then they've got some future expansion growth on the top that they can add more to it as needed. Once again, lit. The door has got a chevron pattern on the back. That way, when it's open, it doesn't diminish the safety aspect of the truck. Just while we're at the rear of the truck, let's talk about the rear bumper assembly. This is another feature on a Ward Apparatus that's quite different than everyone else. Our entire step assembly is off the frame of the chassis. If there happens to be an incident or a collision, the impact is absorbed into the frame, not into the body. So that should save a lot of future expense if there happens to be an incident. All the lighting on the truck as we walk around is Whelen. It's all LED type. It's all controlled by a Whelen carbide system. So it's highly adaptable for change in the future. So it allows the fire department, if, for example, they want to change the light flashes or the pattern, we can send them a program and instantly upload the changes for them to use immediately. So we'll start at the front compartment on this side. This would be R1. This is the officer compartment of the truck. It's a mirror image of the other side. It has the same type of gear. We have the air pack for the officer. We have his gear, we have the hooks for jackets and other related items. In the base of the compartment will be his gear bag and his helmet. In addition, in this compartment, it happens to be our PDQ, which is our power distribution box. Let me show you that. All of our electrical is consolidated in a very neatly done box within the vehicle. Easy to maintain, easy to service, and as you can see, it's very organized and all labeled appropriately for the vehicle. And you can also see that it is the Whelen carbide system that I talked about earlier. Also in this compartment, if the fire department would like to upgrade their electrical system, there's a data port. All they have to do is plug a cable in the computer and we'll send them the program to do that. Compartment R2. Once again, a mirror image of the other side, an adjustable shelf. We have the 120 volt outlet. We have the power tap for future other electrical items to be added by the fire department. R3. Once again, they have some items they're going to add at the fire department. It's all been thought out on their part. It'll be added over the next 30 days. But we did add a fire extinguisher tilt-out module that makes it easier to access two different types of extinguishers. Once again, 120 volt in the top, the power tap. I'd like to show you the inside of the chassis cab. There's a few nice things that have been done for the fire department. One is a custom console. We added a Whelen carbide control panel that gives a concise location for all the switches and electrical items that need to be controlled. We've actually added an air horn to the chassis cab to make them a little bit more noticeable going through heavy traffic. It also has a few siren features that are a little different. We added a power call, which is a little bit different for the state of Florida to grab attention. We also have a series of 12 volt power taps for their phones and related equipment, cup holders, notebook, and then they have a portable computer that's on the hint telescopic arm that allows them to move it in a great position for the officer to record data and to get data back. The fire department had a requirement to add a rider's position to the chassis cab. We simply kept the flip down seat from forward. We maximized the depth of the medical cabinet. And in addition, as you can see, we added a thermal imaging camera to the front wall of the medical cabinet that's easily accessible by both the officer and the driver. In addition, I'd like to mention that we removed the Ford provided mirror and we mount our monitor for the rear mount camera system. In conclusion, I'd like to invite all of you to visit our website at wardapparatus.com. There's a lot of new completions. There's a lot of other items such as Build a Truck. And there's also a lot of reference information on what we build here at Ward Apparatus. Once again, thank you very much for your time.